So, guys, what's going on? So, here's a story that just came out today. Workers are stressed out and worn thin. And then another story that came out said 72% of mandated workers would quit instead of getting the mandate. Thousands of workers, it's probably, I would think, hundreds of thousands, if not maybe close to a million or more, would rather quit than get the mandate. 6 in 10 American workers said that they've gone through a career awakening, which basically they looking at their life and saying, how did I get to this place? Like, I need to change. I got to stop this. Some of these people have just stopped working altogether. And some people are leaving like a city job, a career, like a teaching or a police or whatever you want to call it, and they're taking easier jobs like working in a grocery store, I guess, where there's less stress. But that's what these articles are saying. I'm breaking them down, I guess, as basic as I can. But people have hit the wall. They were kind of stressed out before, I guess, everything that was going on. Now you have mandates that seem to be pushing the majority of people over the top, where they're just looking to, quit their job. They just don't want to work, or they want to just go into something else totally, change careers. And that's where we're at. And if you watch my other videos going way back, these stories were coming out when we were at the height of a lot of things, where the people were working from home, and what they were saying was if the jobs were going to force them to come back to work full time, 5 days a week from 9 to 5, they weren't going to come back. They got used to working, from the house, and they wanted to work a couple of days a week from the house because they wanted work-life balance, and they really didn't want to go back to the office. They didn't want to be in the car or the train, traveling, and, you have to leave an hour early, and then you have to come home an hour late, and you have to worry about dinner and your kids and food and people you have to take care of. People enjoyed working from home because they saw that they were able to do it. And a lot of these CEOs like Kathy Merrill and Jamie Dimon, these big CEOs that don't work in an office, they kind of gallivant around, were saying, no, you have to be back in the office or else, or we're going to take your health benefits away from you. They were kind of threatening their workers. If you see my other videos, it was interesting. They were going to not make them, full-time employees. They wanted to take their benefits. They wanted to take their retirement. And it was a threat. It was a strong arm. Like, you better get yourself back to the office. Well, now there's nobody working. And there's help wanted signs everywhere. And it seems that there's just a shortage. I think the other article I read, I didn't do a video on it, was like 4.5 million, almost 5 million people are just not working. That's not even, that 4.5 million is not even the number of people that, when you're on unemployment, once you kind of go through your unemployment and it stops, you're kind of not on that number anymore. So there's a lot more people than that 4.5 or 5 million people that just are not working. They don't want to work. They want some, I guess, easier type of job, a job that doesn't have as much responsibility or as much stress. They want a job that offers a flexible schedule. People are very, I don't want to say nervous, but people don't like this mandate, right? There's a mandate. Unless you get this mandate by this date, you're going to lose your job. And you see a lot of people just not liking that. There's not enough data or science behind these mandates, and people just don't trust it as much as I think certain companies would like them to trust it. It's kind of like shut your mouth and get it, or shut your mouth, or you won't have a job. I guess because you're not allowed to question it or speak out about it. So that makes it even more suspect. But that's where we're at. So people are kind of like, you know what? Hit the wall. I don't want to work anymore, and I quit. I mean, these are people with families. I think they just mentally hit they came to the end of the line and they just don't care at this point. I think they're having a mental breakdown. Of course, everything that's happening is not helping. They were probably stressed out before. Just normal life of just trying to get your kids to school and make dinner and run around and go to work and get the report done. All that stuff is just super duper stressful. And now you have all these, mandates. You better get something or you're going to lose your job and you have to do this. I think it just made people crazy. And then you have to worry about if you have kids, if things are happening with them in their schools. Are they quarantining? Are they home? Is it remote learning? So there's just a lot. It's just layer on top of layer on top of layer. And if you want to get real deep into things, I think people are also stressed with shortages. And, you go to the grocery store and things are just, 40 or 50% more. They cost more and gasoline is more. And just everything. So this is where you're at. I think people kind of just giving up and throwing in the towel, which is sad. You don't want to see that. You want to see people being productive and people working. But from these articles I'm reading, they're just like, I had it. I can't do it anymore. I can't take it anymore. And I'm done. All right. I figured I'd share that. It's something that, you definitely should be aware of. Because these are the people that live and work around you, and at least you have a little bit of insight if you see certain things happening, why they may be happening. All right, that's it. If you know anything more about this, please leave a comment below because I love to read your comment. With that being said, guys, stay safe. God bless you, and I will talk to you guys later.